Hey guys, Nevaeh the Therian here. Actually, because this is my first video, I'm going to introduce you with my 3 names. I have 3 names, you can call me from either of them. There's Luna, which is my real name. I get called by that most of the time. I also have another YouTube channel called Luna IDK, which is where I post non-Therian videos sort of thing. My second name is Nevaeh, which is my wolf dog Therian, which is the first Therian I found, and it's my more dominant Therian, I guess. And my third name is Shakiva, which is my red panda Therian type. And yeah, she's not that dominant. I only recently found about her. So, you can call me by any 3 of those names. I prefer Luna or Nevaeh. Shakiva's not really one of them. But yeah, today, as my first video on the channel, I'm going to tell you a story time about the time that I wore my tail to school. Like a stupid person. So first of all, I'm just going to show you a quick picture of my tail. Here's what my tail looks like. So yeah, that's what my tail looks like. Now, a little side note, this took place a day after my tail had arrived. It was £11 and it was made of, I don't want to say real fur, it was part real fur, and my school has a uniform, so I can't wear whatever I want, I have to wear my uniform. So I brought this tail in with me, and I had it to show my friends who were also Therian to a part of my pack, so I was like, I got a wolf tail, because I was the first one to get one, and they were really excited about it, and they were like, so cute, so cute. And in the cafeteria, we were trying on the tail and like walking around with it. A few people looked at us weird, but not really, because it wasn't even like the start of school. We were just hanging around the cafeteria at the start. So yeah, we were just walking around, and I took it off, stuffed it back in my bag, made sure nobody saw it. I walked to my form. I was the first to get there. Well, I was the first of like 4 people, but I was basically the first person to get there. So I knew that my teacher is really nice. So I put on my tail. My tail has like a belt sort of thing that you wear, and it's connected to the back, sewed on. So I wore it, and I walked into class, and I was like, oh, miss, look at my tail. And she was like, that's so cute. So are you a wolf blood? And I was like, I guess so. And she was like, that's so cool, but you shouldn't really be wearing it around class. I mean, I don't mind you wearing it in class, but other teachers might think it's a bit off. And I was like, thank you. She's so nice. She let me wear it in class. She's so nice. But anyway, I took it off, put it in my bag, showed a few more people, and then put it back in my bag. And then lessons, I didn't wear it, except for English. In English, I quickly slipped it out and put it on. And I was sitting on a chair with it next to me, and nobody even realised. Like, the teacher didn't realise, nobody realised. I was just sitting there with it next to me, which was really nice. It's nice sitting down with a tail because it warms up your hip, and it's just really nice because my tail's quite long. It's really nice and fluffy and furry, so I was literally like doing my work while stroking it the whole entire lesson. And then I sort of got up out of my chair, but it's still on, not taking it off, and I walked through the corridor, and the teacher didn't notice I was wearing one, and a few people in the corridor noticed. There was about 3 people who shouted, why have you got a wolf tail? And one guy from my class came up to me and went, why do you have a wolf tail? And I was like, because I can. That was literally my answer. And then 2 guys ran up to me, tried to pull on it, but they were just friends of mine, so I just sort of turned around and like grabbed it and like laughed so they didn't pull on it. And even when they did pull on it, they only like lightly pulled on it. Like, they weren't like being super vicious because they knew that I loved this tail like so much. They were good friends of mine, so they just slightly pulled it, so I just sort of giggled and pulled it away and told them to stop, and they were like, okay. I did a few howls just to scare people around me. Again, they looked at me weirdly, but I don't care, my friends were just laughing. And then I went over to the girls, and this massive group of girls of like, I don't even know how many girls, it's like 10, and we all hang out together. We're not all like best friends, like that's dangerous. But so I have like 10 girls who are best friends. No, but it's like a huge group of girls who hang out together. And we were sitting there, and I was like, I have a tail. I was just telling those people I have a tail, and they're like, yes, we know. That one girl was being really rude. I'm not going to say any names, but She was like, yes, I know you got a tail. It's really weird. And I was like, okay. And I sort of turned around, and then people were like, can I touch it? And I was like, yeah, sure. And then one girl was stroking it, and then all of a sudden she yanked on it, and it ripped off. This was the day after I got it, and it was £11, and I felt like bursting into tears. She looked at me in shock. She didn't mean to do it. I understand that it was an accident, and she didn't mean to rip it off on purpose. But she ripped it off, so she had the tail, I still had the belt around me, and I was just completely shocked. I was just, how could you do that? I was so angry with her. But I know that was an accident, and I really shouldn't have been angry at her. But I got really angry with her, and I was like, how could you do that? And she was like, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. Grabbed it out of her hand, stormed inside, put it in my bag. I got so mad. And then she was like, I'll pay you back, how much was it? And I was like, oh, it was 11 quid. And she was like, I'll give you a tenner. I said that I didn't need a tenner, but she was like, no, please, I'll pay you back, I'll pay you back. And I was like, no, I don't need it. But she's still paying me a tenner anyway, even though we've got it all sorted out now. And I was like, leave me alone. Like, I was so mad. This was my one happy thing that I'd had in weeks. I was waiting and waiting and waiting for this tail. It was so expensive. It was my first piece of theory and gear. I was so excited. And she just ripped it off. And I was so mad with her. Again, I know I shouldn't have been. But because she ripped it off, the top of the tail had, like, opened. So it was just, like, basically a tube of fur with stuffing in it, basically. I got it out in science, actually, and the teacher just looked at me like I was normal. Our science teacher's really nice. I just, like, got it out and started stroking it. And during lunch, which was 2 lessons later, I spent the next 2 lessons fuming. 2 lessons later, I went up to E-Block, which is where all the textiles and design technology things go on. And I wanted to go see our textiles teacher. Well, I don't have a textiles teacher, but she taught textiles, so I was like, she has a sewing machine. I'll ask her, she'll be able to sew for me. I know that's really ignorant, and I really shouldn't ask her teachers to sew a wolf tail for me, but she's a really nice teacher, so I was like, maybe it's my only hope, you know. And as we were walking down the corridor, we saw her come out of her room, lock it, and walk down the corridor to the staff room. So we're like, it's fine, we'll go eat lunch, and we'll come back in, like, because our lunchtime's like an hour, we're like, we'll come back in, like, after we finish our lunch in, like, 20 minutes, maybe she'll be back. She wasn't there the whole lunchtime, and I got really upset, and I was like, what am I going to do? And then my friend Gracie, who's in my pack, she was like, you know, my mum and my nan can sew. And I was like, really? And she was like, yeah, they can both sew. So I can ask my mum if she can sew it for you. And then if she can't, I'll ask my nan. I was like, oh, okay. So at the current state, Gracie has my tail at her house, hopefully getting her mum or her nana to sew it over the weekend. It's now Sunday, so tomorrow to go to school, see if it's fixed. Hopefully it is. I'll update you guys if my tail is fixed, and I'll possibly do a video of me modelling it and showing it off because I love it so much. If it's fixed. Oh, I hope it's fixed. Also, my dad does know that I took it to school. I don't know how he found out, because I took it to school secretly, and then he came back, and he was like, oh, you know, he brought up taking my tail to school. And I was like, yeah, but he didn't know it was broken. And again, I got this yesterday, it was 11 quid. I didn't want to tell him it was broken. I was not prepared for that. And my nan and granddad came around, and they were like, hey, that tail of yours, can I see it? And I was like, it's upstairs. And they were like, yeah, can you go get it? And I was like, and Dad was like looking at me, and I was like, I couldn't think of anything in my head, and I was like, actually, Gracie's borrowing it for the weekend, she wants to wear it. And then I thought Dad was gonna be like, what? How could you do that? But he was just like, oh right, okay, she's trying to persuade her mum to get her one then. And I was like, yeah, and he was like, so you brought it to school and like gave it to her? And I was like, yeah, she's only having it for the weekend now. He was like, oh, okay, so he knows that I took it to school. He just doesn't know that I've broken it, and I expect it to be like that forever until it's fixed, and it's far in the past, and I can tell them I broke it. I'm just really hoping that I don't come in on Monday, and Gracie gives me 2 parts of a tail and says that you can't fix it, and I have to go home and say that I broke it. I'm going to be so upset, because my dad's going to be like, that's such a waste of money. I mean, I could technically try and get my nana to sew it, but I'm really upset. I really shouldn't have wore it to school, that's the thing. I should have known that something like this was going to happen. It's a tail, you know, people are going to pull on it, it's a tail. Especially if it's a uniformed thing. I was the only one wearing a tail. Nobody else in my school wears tails ever, so I was the only one wearing a tail out of 1,000 kids. So obviously people were going to pull on it. But I didn't think someone was going to rip it off, and especially not someone that I knew. So I feel like if I do bring it to school again, which I probably won't, I'll keep it in my bag. And the one day that I am going to wear it again is on close day. And I'll make sure that nobody's going to pull on it on close day. I swear down on my life, nobody's going to pull on it on close day. I'll make sure of it. And I was like, well, that girl who pulled on my tail said she was going to give me £10, so I was trying to figure out what to do with it, and I was like, oh, I know, I can, you know, buy wolf ears, but the website that I bought the wolf tail off don't sell wolf ears, so, I don't know. If you have any recommendations for, like, cheap, brown, blackish wolf ears that are cheap, that can ship to the United Kingdom, please leave them down in the comments below. I'd love to know, because I really want wolf ears. I'm not like little like pom-poms, like proper like wolf ears. Because I really can't find any anywhere. And even when I do find them, they're quite expensive. So, yeah. I'll find them eventually. So yeah, that was my first video. It was a crazy story time about my tail. And comment down below if you want more story times like this in the future. I don't really have that many, but if I do, I'll definitely tell you them. And comment down your stereotype as well. I really want to know all your stereotypes. I'm a red panda and a Mexican wolf dog. And yeah. Bye!